Anthony, Blake, and Dylan, the Cold Slice. Ooh.
Welcome back to the Cold Slice podcast. We have a special episode today. We're going to be doing Relationship Court, which is going to turn out really well for pretty much everyone involved. I do have to say one thing before we start this episode. Please subscribe to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/thecoldslice. And also, hey Siri, subscribe to the Cold Slice podcast. Thank you. That's going to work out really well for us. Basically, Relationship Court is Jaden and I. Jaden's my fiance. Mm-hmm. We are going to come up. We have already come up with just living with each other situations that we're going to go back and forth on, and these two are going to let us know who's right. We have a scoreboard here. We're going to go to 6. So out of 6, who's going to be right, I guess. I mean, it could just be whoever scores the most points once we get through our So
you still have a car ride home, so.
Yeah, it's my car, though.
Like
Isn't that an even number, so you could be even, right?
We could end up leaving even.
I highly doubt it.
I doubt it, too. I just want to say, though, before we even begin this, guys love to do this thing where they just immediately side with girls, no matter what the situation is. And I'm not saying don't agree with her. I am saying, let's pretend she has a now. Okay? Just a little bit. That's what I do. So we should all do it.
I didn't know you were independent.
I didn't know that either.
Take notes.
Shit.
It's pretty fun. I wouldn't know.
FBI, he's right here. Okay, so how do we decide who goes first?
I think ladies first, right?
Ladies first. She has a...
All right.
I'm not a lady, apparently.
Well, it depends.
Ladies can have 2023.
That's right. Thank you, Blake.
All right, go ahead. You can go. What's your first one?
Okay, so we're in relationship court, and I bring to you something that really pisses me off that he does almost every single night. So I will make this wonderful meal that I take hours on.
And she definitely doesn't hold it over my head either.
I take hours on this meal. I don't really. But I make dinner, and then we go to serve up our dinner from the pots that I made this dinner in. And then we walk away, and he lets me serve myself first, which is nice, but then I walk away first, and he doesn't put any of the lids back on the pots. Ever. So then our food gets all crusty.
She's right. I do that. But hold on. This is relationship court. I have a counterpoint to that. Every time we're done eating, it's probably 5 minutes into eating or whatever, we're done, right? We're watching a show. She gets up
It's not 5 minutes.
It is. It's like 5 minutes. I eat in 2, and I give you a generous 3 more minutes. And so we've got a show going. We're right in the middle of it, And then she stands up and very passive aggressively grabs both of our plates and doesn't wash them, puts them in the kitchen and makes me stop my show, our show. And she's like, "Let's go. We need to put lunch away. Let's go." That's my counterpoint. That's some.
Oof. Okay.
Who's in?
I've never said "let's go" like that.
I don't know. Let me think on this. Blake, we got to talk this out.
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, though, before you guys talk it out, I have one more counterpoint. Maybe I wait 5 minutes after we eat because I know you haven't put any of the lids on the food, and I don't want a crusty lunch.
Okay, but it doesn't matter if the lid's on the food or not. We're gonna put it away. What's
saying.
it doing?
Just think about it.
You're just collecting steam, condensation.
Are we arguing specifically about the lids or the amount of time to put the food away?
We're the lids. It's a lid argument.
I don't give the lid.
Pots.
I don't talk about the lids.
Thank
honestly.
you. Thank you, Anthony. Weigh in
I was
here.
gonna say, I just realized that this is gonna be hard now because if we have differing opinions, how the hell are we gonna grade this?
Wait.
Because,
No.
Okay, so now I have to argue with you my point because I actually do care about the lids.
Well, hold on. No.
And let me explain why.
Hold on.
No.
Dude, I watched you for years put your dirty dishes in the oven,
And
bro.
this is why I can now. Okay, whoa, hold on. No, that's when company's coming over.
Yeah.
And
When company came over, I did the dishes.
that is true, actually. And we're not talking about like doing the dishes. We're talking about the food getting crusty because you're not putting the lid on it, which does happen.
Okay.
And I don't like if you ever had like, I'm sure you have actually because you don't put the lids on there. Have you had spaghetti and like you leave it out for a little while and then all of a sudden all the noodles on the edges are like fried? They're like all crispy. That's pretty gross.
Tell him you don't like that.
Well, that is beside the point.
No, it's not.
Wait,
These
hold
are
on.
the
Do
judges.
you eat it like that?
I mean,
We eat everything like that.
Wait, then why is there even a lid argument?
Thank you.
okay, but you're talking specifically about noodles. I'm talking about my biggest one is the
that's
meat. It's the meat after you cook like chicken or something like that.
Hold on. We have a surprise guest.
All right. Hello, Nala.
Hold on. We're going to cut this. And we're back.
All right. The meat. Okay, if you're cooking meat though, it gets fucking gross.
What type of meat?
Chicken specifically, I feel like. And then we like to do a lot of sauces. And so we'll cook all the chicken and then he'll just leave the top off, the lid. And then it's like I don't know. The chicken gets like really dried out. It's not the same as noodles. I do like crusty noodles.
You're a dry ramen.
I am a dry ramen. And so is Dylan now.
What? Yeah.
Are you
dry
a
ramen?
Are you a dry ramen?
It's not like you turned me on to dry ramen, by the way.
I think I
like
did.
you invented
I'm
it.
pretty sure I did.
We were doing that in high school.
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say laziness invented that.
Yeah, exactly. Like so,
But you have just recently now, we've been buying a lot of top ramen.
it's like $3.
Did you guys see recently, just to get us off topic immediately? Did you
Okay.
guys see how much cancer we're all about to get?
What?
all
From the iPhone 12.
No,
oh no,
from the
that's
styrofoam.
way more. Yeah, I was gonna go with the fact that they're just now
what?
introducing the ability to like your cup of noodles to
Oh,
cook
in
it
the
in
microwave?
the microwave.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I started watching that. It was just like a single bead of sweat coming down my face. I'm like, I already thought I did a number on myself in college, but now I know like I've just added that to the list too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's funny you say that though, because they just announced on, well, you guys know the bikini bottom fish? Like that does the news.
Oh.
Or he's like, breaking news.
Yeah, how could you forget?
He just did a thing where it was like breaking news, like iPhone 12 over in Europe. Like they just announced that too much radiation is coming through on them. Like still below the European.
You're taking yours out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's awesome to know.
I have one. I know. I was like, I had it this close to my face, like because feels like I'm 90 now, and I was like,
Well, yeah, you talk through it too, so it's up against your face.
all day, yeah. So I guess it's like not enough to be like over the European threshold. This is Europe, of course, because they're all so concerned about.
Well, that's
But-
nice.
Yeah, so it was like there's too much radiation coming through. iPhone needs to remediate it, and like they're talking about potentially doing like some sort of like trade-in program or something like that. So, but they're also doing a software update, which will stop the
Is
radiation.
it just the 12 or is it 12 and above?
Just the 12.
Good, because I have a 15 Pro Max.
Was that a flex?
Yes, it was.
My man's wearing a blazer and he's like,
can
I've
see,
got
like,
a
half of his
15
chest."
Pro Max.
I just bought a new car and I'm unhinged.
Like, what's he gonna buy next?
Yeah, I think the
Ramen.
IRS watches this show, dude.
Wait, I do have a question. You said the bikini bottom fish did
Yeah.
that. Is he doing it on his own? Was it a part of a SpongeBob episode?
No, it's just on his own. It's like some guy that can do it really well.
Got it.
And then the fish just goes,
Was it
"Breaking
animated?"
news." Yeah,
Oh God, I
Yeah.
love that.
it's fantastic. You don't follow that?
No, I don't.
Well, here we go.
feel like we're living
we just
two
got that
different
guy.
lives.
We just got that guy about 10 followers.
Damn.
So you're welcome. Take our cut.
Back to the meat.
Back to the meat. Yeah.
I don't like crusty meat, but I will eat crusty noodles.
How are we gonna take this though? Like, where are we voting at this point?
Who's right?
I am not a good person to ask because there have been times where I've fallen asleep on the couch with my dinner, and then I will eat it in the morning for breakfast.
No. Okay. No.
I agree.
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
I'm
It's
gonna go
there.
ahead and I'm gonna side with Jaden on this one because if she's already cooking dinner and she's made it apparent, like the one thing you could do is just put the lid on the pot. I don't know. I feel like. Plus, also, I hate crusty food. So
All right. Okay, so Blake, what side are you on?
I think I've been told so many times that I am eating things well past their due date that I'd have to just like put up my hands, and I'm going to have to go with Jaden. But I would go with you personally, but I think that so many people have told me that I'm wrong, that I'm not right.
Okay. That's a point for Jaden, I guess.
there's a long
Here
way to
we
go
go then. We're going to start out with my favorite one.
You're scrolling down the list.
Yeah. Okay. This one. Which one do we want to do? Let's do. How come you never take the garbage out during the daytime? You work from home all day. One time I told her, don't take the garbage out at night. I'm home. That's my job. I'll fight off an attacker, whatever I got to do. You know what I mean? I'm not getting kidnapped on the side of the, a La Center Road, like getting
I?
taken away. Yeah, you are.
I don't.
Yeah, you definitely are, but we're not. Yeah, you for sure are. So that means in her head, right away to her, immediately, she was like, well, I guess I don't have to take the garbage out anymore. Ever. And so we've missed trash days, trash pickup days. We have sat there for like a day and a half with just like moldy bullshit or whatever in the trash can. And you know what she'll do instead? Instead of taking it out, she'll take out the entire trash can from out underneath the sink, and she'll just leave it in the middle of the kitchen with the lid off. So now we have all this shit, and the lid is off, and all we can smell is garbage in our whole house. Boom.
Shots fired.
What do you got? You got a counterpoint. Should we limit to one counterpoint? I feel like we should, right? That would make sense.
No, I don't
You
like
just
that.
really want to win this one.
A little bit.
That's not how I argue.
All right, 2 counterpoints. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you did tell me don't take out the trash at night, which when you told me that, I remember being slightly offended, but then immediately was like, oh, that's sweet. He's like wanting to protect me. So I said, okay. And then, yeah, now I'm just like, I am not responsible for the trash ever now. And I don't think that's right, but it is your fault because you put it in my head.
You heard her, boys. You heard her answer. She's already on my
Just say,
side.
do you need to like rebuttal that or
No,
okay?
that's all I got.
Wait. That's not even what I thought you were going to bring up with the trash.
We're getting to the other ones. There's more.
And the only reason I leave the trash out in the kitchen, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's really bad.
Oh, go ahead.
The only reason I'm leaving it out in the kitchen is so that you see how full it is.
Yeah.
And I take the lid off so it's easier to put more trash in.
Oh, so you think you're doing me a favor? That's what you're like. I'm gonna do him a favor today. Like I worked a little bit this morning. I'm gonna like
Okay,
take the
I
garbage
work
out.
hard, but yeah,
Nice.
so then we can both get to the trash easier.
So
Okay.
immediately what's going through my head, because I've been to your guys' place many times, is how insanely close the garbage bin is to the apartment. And so that's the part. If you're already like, okay, the kitchen I can understand. That's a little bit of a stretch if you're leaving it there. But if you're walking it like to the door and like setting it at the door.
No.
Nope.
I
No,
don't
just
walk
in the
it to
kitchen?
the door. I
Oh,
just
okay.
leave it in the kitchen.
She doesn't even take the bag out.
No. I pull
That's
the
my
strings
counterpoint.
up so that there's more room to put trash into around the side before it gets completely full.
It's intuitive.
Thank you. I agree.
She's saving the environment.
That's right.
Yeah, one less trash bag. I'm going to
Did you
go
hear
with
that?
Dylan on that one personally.
Thank you, Blake. Where are you at on that one?
Yeah, I mean, that's you shouldn't have like segregated the time of day.
Thank you, Blake.
What? What are you talking about? What is this? Wait, who are you going with first before I get into it?
I don't know. You work from home too.
How mad do I need to be?
No, I do not.
He does work from home now. For
No.
every
Ooh, shots
Monday
fired.
through Friday in the morning for half the day.
In the morning.
So when's trash day?
Wednesday.
And he works from home.
Now. Now.
whoa,
You already
shit.
said. We're not doing the bullshit where everyone just agrees with the one girl in the room.
What do you guys do? Both like stand on other sides of the room and just like look at the trash like, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, I think we both
It's
just
here again. It's happened again.
What's happening?
What happens if we put another piece of trash in it?
We both will just live our mornings out around it.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, you guys could go out your sliding screen door and just huck it
Yeah.
to the left.
I could not huck that. He could, because he goes to the gym all the time.
You're a strong, independent woman. You could do whatever you want to
not
do.
that strong.
Not strong enough to take the
I'll
garbage
remember
out.
that for later.
All right.
Whose job is it then? Is it Tuesday night you're supposed to take it out?
It should be both people's jobs. If it's full, take it out.
The trash day is Wednesday. Are you guys doing it in the morning, on the day of, or the night before?
Taking the trash to the curb. We're doing it the day of. So that's the other
So
thing.
that's her responsibility then.
No,
'Cause
that's my responsibility. I have to take it from the curb to the thing. And at night, I take the garbage to the trash can. I'm doing 2 jobs now. She hasn't done one.
yeah. What's her job then? She's supposed to be taking it from the trash
I
bin
make
to
dinner.
the can
During the day.
during the day.
During the day, yeah.
And then you take it during the day on Wednesday morning you roll it out into the street.
Yes. And on top of that, because she doesn't do it at all, I do all of it. But it should be set up like, if it's full, take it out if it's daytime. If not, just wait till I get home and it's nighttime, and then I'll do it.
So I just wait till he gets home. I'm like, it wasn't full until you got home.
Yeah.
This is a flawed system. I'd rather just come up with a solution. I don't know.
No, I don't want a solution.
I was like,
That's not what we're
I
here
already
for.
made my point and sided with you on this one, but I do feel like we're taking the trash out at the same amount of times regardless now.
Sure. What side do you want, Blake?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're doing all the work, so
Thank you.
You get a point.
That's a point for old Dilly. Gonna delete that one.
I feel better now.
I do. You can stop paying for my therapist, mommy.
All right, what's the next one?
It's you.
Oh, it's me? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, I do have one.
Need a new pen.
So, all right. Okay, well, I'll tell you guys. So, he complains about my driving, but he also complains that I don't drive ever. So, whenever I drive, he complains about it. And, like, literally, this is like.
Wait, repeat it.
You can.
Why are you repeating it?
And cut.
And that's it, folks. I think we both know whose side you're on.
You complain about my driving anytime that I drive,
Yeah.
but then anytime that I'm not driving, you complain that I don't drive.
Yes. Can I counterpoint to that?
No.
Yes. We have been driving a couple of times with her in the car.
Okay.
I'm counterpointing. This is the game. Welcome to the show.
All right.
So we're driving along in the car. She's driving for some reason. First of all, I feel weird when girls drive. Not just girls in particular.
Sounds like a you thing.
I don't like not driving, just in general. Like, I like to be the one that's like in control. Shocking. But I remember specifically we were driving one time and she is not paying attention at all. Like, somehow her eyes are forward, but she's just the whole time. If for those that are listening, my eyes are just off in the distance right now.
For those of you that can hear Dylan's eyes right now, they're not focusing on
lie.
anything.
No.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. So we're driving along one time and she's like, God, why is everyone so slow right now? And we passed 4 different signs that were like, slow down. There's construction ahead. So all the construction workers out there, she doesn't give a about you. Like, not even a little bit.
do.
She doesn't even know you're there. Like,
Oh,
that's my counterpoint.
Okay, well, This is a hard one for me because I get angry anytime Emmy wants to drive. And I think I'm such an impatient person that like I can't not drive because I feel like driving makes me get there faster. And I'm a slow driver, but it just like gives me something to do.
Yeah.
I can't sit in the passenger seat.
It's the worst.
And Emmy's a fantastic driver, actually. I'm sure she's a better driver than I am, and she makes that clear a lot now, like a lot, which is a thing for relationship court with us probably. She lets me know when there's any stop sign or light that's turning yellow, and
Nice.
but it's very hard for me to not drive. So
Yeah. Okay. So
I will say,
so it's hard
though,
for me though because then you're like you get I don't know what the point is here. You get mad that she's
that she
not
never drives
driving.
anywhere?
Yes.
Look, I get mad.
I mean, I totally understand you being upset about driving all the time because I don't like driving anyway in general at all, like just to work, like not even just going out.
Yeah, but then I do complain about your driving.
But
when you do drive.
then when I drive, when I'll be like, I'll drive us, which I have done only a handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I do, it's like literally anything that I do, you're just like, oh my God. And then I'm like, well, I'm never driving again.
Good. That's it.
It just sounds like you backed yourself into a corner.
I did, I think. I think we should both get half a point for that one.
I was gonna say point goes to Jaden, I guess, on this one.
That was bullshit and you all know it. Somebody please in the comments tell me I'm right. All right, fine. Here we go.
It's like people are gonna start asking for your licenses.
Yeah.
I know. Be careful.
Where's this guy going at? Okay, here's a home run, right?
You're just picking only the ones that you think will get you points, and they're backfiring.
I can see him sweating over there.
Dude, I am
He's
pitting
like,
out.
this is not what I thought when I was going to pit my fiance against myself on a podcast.
I'm not sweating. My forehead does just look like a mirror, though. Okay, ready? I have more. What were you going to
He's
say?
totally sweating.
He
I'm
is
not.
sweating a little
Mom,
bit.
come pick me up. I know you listen to these.
She does. She gives us $5 a month.
She does. Oh, yeah. Shout out. Oh, my God. I totally forgot. We have 2 Patreon members. So the rest of you can do it too. It's my mom. So thanks, Mom.
And it's
This is-
definitely not my mom.
Definitely not Blake's mom, but it is my mom. Thank you for subscribing to our Patreon.
Thank you.
Who's the other one? Is there who?
The other one, we can't mention her name because she's too far removed, but we also love you. And thank you for subscribing. You are in the free version, and I respect you a little less. But thank you for
We
subscribing.
have free Patreon members.
I don't know why. I don't know how that happened. I set it up, and I don't know how.
Fix your settings, bro.
Thanks. Thanks. She comes on the podcast one time. I think she runs the place.
I have notes.
Okay. All right. Anyway, thanks, Mom. Okay, so here's mine. If there's recycling,
I knew you were going to say this
yeah.
next.
Oh, did you? You feeling guilty about it?
No.
She's sweating. Look at her face.
This is just natural grease from the makeup.
Okay, so we try to keep a clean house pretty much as we can, right? As much as anyone else. Anytime there's any sort of recycling, any sort of cardboard box, anything. Do you guys want to guess where that goes?
Similar to the garbage.
Your side of the bed.
Pretty much.
That's a great idea. I love that.
He just opens up the sheets. He's like, fuck, it's recycling day.
We need to stop eating so much pasta. Ridiculous. My bed has been lumpy for days, babe. No, she sets it right in our living room is pretty big basically because it's part of the kitchen sort of. So she sets it right in the middle of our living room kitchen area. In the middle on a stool and just leaves it there for weeks. And I'm like, maybe she'll take it out. No.
But I flatten it
Shot
down.
yourself in the foot again.
How? How did I
It's
shoot
there-
myself
you
in the
live
foot
there.
again?
It's there for fucking weeks, dude.
Dude, what am I gonna I have to go to work eventually, you know? Like, what the are you just gonna
At
stay home
noon?
all day? At noon? Yeah. Dude,
She still works from home. She's not just stay at home, you know.
you're lucky we're talking about work right now. Otherwise, I would be
And
Who-
so
no,
recycling only
hold
comes
on.
every other week too. So it actually is there for weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But okay, wait. I flatten all the boxes.
That's not a fucking point for her side. Don't even. I see you leaning in. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. Hold on here. Why? Okay, I can take it out, but if I'm trying to prove a point where I'm like, please just take the fucking recycling out, right? Why is it my sole responsibility to take the garbage out?
It's not safe out there, like you stated earlier.
During the day? During the day?
You said that.
She is a well-known listenerite.
This is bullshit. You guys know that.
What if I made like a cool recycled like statue in art piece with instead of it just being folded up cardboard?
Yeah, what if you just
Would
took
that
it
be
out?
better? Would that be better?
No.
I'm
could
going
be.
point to Dylan on this one just because it has to sit there for weeks.
son
That
of
one.
a
Otherwise, by the way, hold on. Otherwise, I will take it out. I do take it out. I take it out every couple of days when it gets like the fucking. It's the point we're arguing here is why do we have to have a trash corner? Why is that a thing?
Because I'm not going to take out every
Anything.
one. Yeah, obviously. But I'm not going to take out, it's okay to let it like build up a little bit. Like, I'm not going to be like, we have one box of pasta and be like, walk outside.
Doesn't it feel so much more rewarding to take out the whole pile?
Thank you, Blake.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen sunlight in weeks.
I went outside today.
Yeah.
Give
For
her
a
some
couple of
vitamin D, bro.
minutes. Yeah, that's not my fault.
I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I know I'm right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing, but someone has to take it out.
I do. That's my point. I do.
Yeah, you get the point.
Thank you. Another one for Dylan.
I feel like you guys are being too fair because he's your friend, but
Too fair?
I think we all know.
They just gave you 2 points before
know.
they gave me.
That's because
two.
I'm right.
No. They're still wrong.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Is there anything to balance it out? I just want to like have a deeper conversation here. Does she do
We'll probably get to that more points. But as far as the trash goes, nope. It's all a Dylan balancing act.
I do have a balancing act, or I have a balancer that I haven't brought up yet. Because I hoard trash.
Do you cook every meal?
Yes.
No.
What?
No, you don't.
What?
How long did I cook meals for?
I don't know. I can't remember.
An entire year.
I don't think that's true.
Meanwhile, the whole time she secretly didn't like any of the meals. That's why she started
Thank
cooking.
you. Thank you. Anyone else got some shit to say? Like, fucking, let's go. Like,
I'm a shitty cook and I have to take the trash out.
give her that average.
I know so Emmy, she's the same way. Like she will cook, actually she will take the trash out and stuff, but she'll cook almost every meal. Like I like to cook and I'll try to, but
Yeah.
she claims that it's like, which I think it is, but I also think she doesn't like my cooking because she's like, no, she'll come off of work and she's like worked her ass off all day. And she's like, no, it's just a stress reliever for me. I just want to cook.
Totally.
I'm like, I could see that, and I will cook. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But now that you're mentioning that, I'm starting to wonder. I was like, maybe I'm a shitty cook as well, which I wouldn't put past myself.
I will say the cooking thing, I do get off at a pretty early time now, but then I immediately go to the gym most days.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I get home from the gym, she's been off for 30 minutes. So like it is kind of obviously I love you for doing it, but it is kind of like do we want to have dinner at 7 o'clock or do we want to have it at 6:30?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, well, I mean, I really should be at the gym, but I'm not. So I will be like, I'll come home and cook dinner because I do want to eat at kind of a normal time.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
You take a few more of those trash bags out. That'll be a workout.
Yeah.
With how full you guys are letting them get.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right, point for Dylan.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm getting scared though because now we're even this out. I don't like it.
Well, it's getting down to the wire here. I got 4 points left. That's it.
You have 4 points left?
Yeah, I got more than that in the chamber.
What the fuck have you been up to?
Loaded.
He came afraid.
Oh my God.
For the-
He sent me 5.
That's all you had. Because I'm perfect.
Actually, I have a bomb we can all enjoy at the end. So
Okay.
okay, so I hoard
Everything.
trash, as you say. I don't think I do. But you hoard laundry in your room
Give her the point.
behind the door. Okay, so wait, let me explain this just a little bit more just to solidify this point.
I'm starting to feel attacked too now, actually.
I've got a great counterpoint. Let's go ahead.
You have actually been a lot better about the laundry. It's not like we are really like,
Don't back out now.
one sec, a lot of the chores we do together, but there will be times where I'll be like, I'm going to get all this laundry done. And you see the, laundry levels on that basket going down and you're like, all right, we're almost there. Let's go. You empty that basket and you're like, oh, the laundry's done. And then all of a sudden he'll just like walk out with the biggest, like, I don't even know he owns that many clothes. And he puts it like, I don't know if he does it on purpose kind of behind his door, but there's a way in his room. So I cannot see this laundry pile pretty much at all.
You keep saying his room. Like, is it a different room than your?
Yeah, I share closets with him.
It's my office. Yeah, she makes me get changed in there. It's like naked and afraid every day, dude.
Okay, wait.
It's in there shivering. Smells like cat piss in here.
Jenna.
Boy, I'm like fucking itchy, dude.
No. When he moved in, I already had my whole closet, and then my sister moved out. So I was like, what if you just took the other closet so that I don't have to get rid of any of my clothes?
Like she didn't know her sister's cat had been pissing in there
I
for a
didn't know
year.
that like that. I don't think that she had.
Do you even have a laundry basket, Dylan?
We share one.
We share one.
Yeah.
You need a separate laundry basket if you have a separate room.
Ooh.
That's not a bad idea.
So whose fault is it that you don't have a laundry basket?
Well, hold on.
Well, we always share it's really just he keeps his clothes in there, so he'll get changed in his office/computer room where he spends,
That's
I would
an
say,
office.
most of his time.
Yeah.
So
I would say it's inconvenient to get dressed in there and then take the clothes into your room, but I've been in your guys' house and it's
We
2
both
steps.
we both do. We don't have laundry baskets.
I'm just still laughing at the fact that you're like computer room and Dylan's like, it's an office. I was like, I've been in there too. I was like, that's where you play video games. Let's be realistic here.
Okay. Hold on. Here's my counterpoint. Ready? Here we go. When she says, I do laundry, what she really means is over the course of 6 days, she does laundry. And then,
Whoa.
here she goes. She knows that she's wrong. Look, over the course of 3 or 4 days, she does laundry. She does not move it over in time. And then all of our clothes end up smelling like mildew. And then I have to
No.
re-wash them.
No.
Okay, so
Every time.
you step in at some point and do
Yes.
that, or do you just let
No.
her
I
do the laundry over 6
no,
days?
No.
I redo the job that she was
No.
had appointed herself to do at some point
No.
during her day.
It's just
It's just my clothes?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm actually leaving your
Like,
clothes in there
this guy.
on purpose.
I believe you.
No, it's just the amount of clothes that don't come out of your room. Like I will get changed in like my room or like in front of my closet, and I'll bring my clothes out. Sometimes they get kicked in the hallway, but eventually they're going to this laundry basket that's right next to our washer and dryer. But he leaves his clothes in his room, so over a week, all of a sudden it's like this mountain of clothes, and I'm like. And then he brings it out in this big pile and he just shoves it into the laundry basket.
Yeah,
And now it looks like we have a fuck ton of laundry to do.
right. But a crucial point here that we're missing, the counterpoint, is that I then have to go back and redo your work.
Just sometimes. Just sometimes.
That's
It's
pretty
not
damning.
all the
Come
time.
on.
Not
Come
all
on.
the time.
She's like, I do all this laundry. Never.
No, we do the laundry
I do it.
together. It's your laundry pile. I don't know why that like gets me, because I feel like I decide in my brain, I'm like, that's how much laundry there is to do because that's how much I'm seeing in this basket. And then he fucking waddles out with this big ass mountain of laundry.
I don't like your use of the word waddle.
Sorry, yeah, that was kind of rude.
He waddles and shuffles his feet out of there. He shocks me 10 times on the way there.
No.
Just from sheer body mass and static electricity.
That wasn't very nice. You don't waddle. He shuffles out.
You guys
there.
ever seen that movie The Whale where he walks at the end? That's what it's like every week.
Have you seen that?
No.
Me neither.
I just read the Wikipedia today.
Oh,
It's really sad.
Brendan Fraser.
I know.
Love him.
I love him
George of the
too.
Jungle.
Yeah.
Anyway, that mountain of laundry really pisses me off for some reason.
Fair
it's
enough.
Like it's a pet peeve.
Yeah.
I'm like, son
fair
of a
enough. That
bitch.
is the game here, but
That's it. That's mine.
Okay, so to solve this problem,
Yes.
No solving. We're getting
I'm just taking and
points.
I'm just thinking here and spitballing, I guess.
okay.
So if she's doing the laundry that has some of your clothes in it, and that portion could theoretically get done properly in her head with when she's measuring out how much laundry there is, and then you're bringing the second pile out, but you're already having to redo the laundry.
Yep.
And it sounds like the second portion of laundry going to her or going to the bin is the reason for that.
What?
Couldn't you just do that second portion by yourself?
No, I think you're confused.
No, he's right on.
No, he's
Yep,
not.
Nope.
No.
No.
Well, no, think about it, because like if you're already having to redo it, then it's like you're already having to do the job. So
The-
why don't you just do that laundry separate?
I get what you're saying. The point you're missing is that load that I have to redo is her clothes.
And your clothes.
Next.
We
Mine
do
come
all of our
after
clothes
that.
together.
Yes. If
But-
it happens that way.
If you didn't hoard your laundry like that,
You could mildew both of our clothes?
Okay, point goes to Jaden, but
What? How does that go to Jaden? I'm doing her job again.
wait, what'd you say?
I said I'm doing not your job.
What?
Not like not as in because you're a girl,
True
but like
colors. True
Okay.
colors come out.
that's self-appointed. She's just taking that because you guys are gonna give it to her.
You guys need to do your laundry separate.
Dylan's just mad even if step foot into the kitchen, yet alone the laundry room.
That's it. That was my last point, and you guys fucked it up. All
Okay,
right.
garbage man.
I thought you had
Shit.
more.
Well, I had to bring it up. I was getting worried there, so I had to bring up my last point where I'm like, this will get him, and it didn't. It didn't. We talked about this at the beginning of the episode. I was like, do not just side with her because she's a girl, and here we are. Here we are.
You think they're just siding with me because I'm a girl?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what they're doing. Look at their eyes.
So we've learned nothing from this relationship court so far.
Anyway, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Here's a good one.
I'm sure it is.
Touching the heat.
What about it?
That's it. Why are you touching the heat? Also, there's more. I lied. There's more. Hold on.
Are
Wait.
you talking about your gun or what?
My piece, bro. Don't
The
touch my piece.
thermostat, bro.
Okay. Part of this is touching the heat. So we set it to a temperature where we both agreed at one point in time.
69?
Yes, actually. Yes, it is.
That is the correct temperature for any home.
Honestly, though, that's the optimal temperature. So why do you keep touching the heat? And also, how come when I get home, it smells like a jungle that's full of vape and farts?
Is that two or is that one?
It's part of one. Why is that? You turn the heat up and then you fart and you vape all day. What is that?
I'm gonna pee my pants. You think?
I think you want it to feel like Louisiana, like a swamp,
Well,
and then you're just like, and then
Dude, you loved New Orleans when you went there.
yeah, that's true. I did not love the smell
I'm
of the
just
heat.
trying to recreate our favorite vacation together. You think I'm just scooting around, vaping and farting all day?
Yeah,
Well, you're not wrong. I don't know.
Nice.
I'll take that point.
So she's turned the heat up. Is that what's going on?
I turned the heat up. Okay, I will tell you why I turned the heat up though. And I also do this myself. I think the point is going to go to him, which is fine. Don't put it down yet though. I turn up the heat because I work, no one else is in the house, and I stay in this one area in the room. So I feel like none of the heat from the living room, which is where like the heater is, actually gets into my room, and I'm not moving around a bunch. So I'll like have like a blanket and socks and whatever. So I'll go in and I'll knowingly be like, I'm going to blast the fuck out of this heat right now so that it's really hot. But then I also never turn it down. And then he gets home and it does feel like
you walk into a wall.
Sauna.
It's like walking into hell.
And he doesn't like it. He really doesn't like it.
And also, let me just...
She's just asleep at the keyboard. Like, hasn't worked for the last 2 hours.
Pretty much. And
Just
she's
vaping
sweating.
and farting.
She is sweating.
Yeah.
Through her shirt. Like, I can just see. She's like, hey, babe.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm like, oh, gross. What the fuck? It feels like you just took a shower in the middle of our house. Like, also, on top of that, it doesn't matter what season it is. She never opens a window. Never. And that's why it smells like vape and farts.
Okay, how much are you turning it up?
Dude, my stomach hurts so bad from laughing.
To like 75 I walked in on one day.
We're going a
No.
6-degree swing.
It was, okay, I think I turned it up to 75. It was like really cold.
Yeah, we don't live in Florida.
Yeah, that's why I turned it up. Because it was cold outside.
No, not that cold.
Cold enough.
Not cold enough for... It's never cold enough for 75.
Sometimes it's nice to just be like really warm.
Well, the problem is that if you're working from home, you're inside all day, okay? So he's probably all layered up from being outside.
Mm-hmm.
He's cold. He's coming in.
What are you doing here, dude?
What?
You're right. It's
What are
his
you
fault.
taking
He should
her
take his-
side?
No,
he
I'm
should
on
take
your
his
side.
coat off
Oh,
before
okay.
he walks in the house.
All right, continue.
I'm saying, like, that is, like, one of my biggest problems about Boston was they fucking blast the heat into the T, which is the train system. And it's, like, what, 3 degrees outside? And you're just getting onto this train. It's, like 80 degrees, and you're just all bundled up, and you're sweating, and you're like, ugh. So I see why that's frustrating, because if it's cold outside, and you got your jacket on, and you're walking into a wall of vape and farts.
Thank you.
So I will say, I took a super, super strong stance on the thermostat myself. I don't know who appointed me like god of the thermostat.
Nobody.
I did.
Buddy, you were born with that, right?
Yeah. and I started like in college, like I immediately just alphaed over. I had like 2 other roommates and I was like, don't touch the fucking thermostat.
Yeah.
And I was honestly, I was worried about cost. I was like, stay the fuck away from the thermostat. We had a blanket corner. I just accumulated like, it was double digits of blankets.
Were these blankets just on the floor?
No, I had a little basket, but a lot of them probably were on the floor. I was in college.
Wait, why?
Because even in winter on the other side of the state, when it's freezing out, that thermostat stayed at 60.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah,
That's
I was
the
like,
way.
grab your fucking blankets, boys, because I'm not turning
Yeah,
this shit
it's
up.
gonna be a long winter.
Yeah. And now
You
my
guys better go
biggest
home
problem.
for Christmas.
So Emmy and I, we went out and we moved into this bougie apartment that we can, we're scraping by to afford in downtown Vancouver, and it has the shittiest thermostat system possible. Like no matter where you set it, it just fluctuates on its own. Of
course.
Like our room has a fan, right? Like a ceiling fan, but the actual like vents don't go in there from whatever I've seen. So like if you turn it up, like it'll trap heat. So you have to use that fan to like cool it, right? And so it's always in our tiny shoebox apartment, it's always like a different temperature everywhere you go.
Gotcha.
And so I was getting really mad at her at first in my own head. I never brought it up except for a few times. Where I was like, "Do you touch the thermostat again?" And when I looked at it, it's like 68 degrees or something. I was like, "I set that also at 69." And I was like, "So that's weird that it's moved down 1 degree. I can
crazy.
feel that,
Can I teach you guys a man thing real quick? You might already know it, but let me teach you a man thing real quick. Did you know that your ceiling fan has 2 modes?
Ours has a remote. You just hit it a few times. You can change it like a bunch. It's got like low, medium, high.
No. I'm talking about completely
Rotation,
different.
baby.
Yeah.
Well, you can spin it the other way.
Yeah. So there's a mode for summer, right? And it'll push cold air back down onto you. And then there's a mode for winter where it'll draw the heat. Oh, no, the other way. The other way around. For winter, it'll take the heat off the ceiling. And it spins counterclockwise, I think.
No shit.
There's a little switch on your ceiling fan, I guarantee it. And that's what it's for. You got to dust it off first before you do it. But in the summer, it'll keep that cold air down on you. In the winter, it'll take the hot air off of the ceiling and it'll put it onto you.
Oh.
So you guys might just need to switch your fan.
Is that a man thing because you're so tall?
Because I'm so tall? I can only switch it when you come over and put me on your shoulders. Or Jaden can do it. What was the original thing?
I don't know.
Thermostat.
Yeah, thermostat.
And vape and farts.
Okay, it's not like no. All right, it's not that.
Is it not?
No, that's
It's
so
the cat
mean.
pee in the closet.
Oh, it's also that.
That's so mean.
Are you sure about that?
Vaping. You sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Vape and farts. Maybe more vape than farts.
It's both.
She admits it.
Yeah, I think we don't want to touch the thermostat. I'm going to Dylan. Right.
Or his barbecue.
I feel like that's fair.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So thanks for tying it up now. That made it awesome.
I'm down to 2.
Super anticlimactic now.
How many you got left?
What else can we
I
tie up?
have I have 2, but I have one that I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
But I think it's going to actually be your point
Okay.
because of these guys.
Let's go.
Oh, well, I'll bring it up. I will say before I bring it up, you have been way better about this only because you've found other things to do with your time. But there was a hot moment there for years. The video games, man. Out of control.
Wow.
Boom.
That's what you got?
World of Warcraft.
That's what you came to the table with?
That's the last one I had. I think you'll still
Look
get
at
the
this
point.
shirt, everyone. Look at that.
If you're only listening, it's a wolf that's blue.
Surrounded by planets and moons.
It's a galaxy wolf.
Now, let me tell you something. This is me. Right after I get off of work. Before I started going to the gym all the time. This was me. The wolf
wolf?
of the house.
What?
All right?
You got to. Where's the punchline?
What the f- are you talking about?
There is no punchline.
He's like, I was reaching. I was really hoping.
I was hoping I could come up with something on the fly.
I will say, video games can get out a little out of control at times. I have that problem too.
It's not a problem, buddy.
Emmy's done a really good job of
Caging you in.
pretending that she doesn't care. But
Okay.
also like where my computer is set up, I don't have like a full like gaming room that you would call an office.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those. So my computer, or where I would play video games is very close to our bed, which also we have a TV in our room.
Yeah.
So she'll turn on the TV and be like, I'm going to put that show on that we were watching. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm just going to finish up here, knowing that her eyes are just like, which they probably weren't, but the idea of her just like staring at the back of my head while I'm trying to play makes me go, you know what? I guess I'll just play it another day.
Fair enough. Look, here's my counterpoint. She says video games, and recently my schedule has changed.
It's been so different.
It's been- it's- yeah, so
This is
let's-
an old point.
it's-
I do have to say.
It is an old point, so I'll take my point. But
No, it was World of Warcraft days again. You brought it back.
It was a lot of stuff.
Bro.
It was so bad to the point where even us guys couldn't hang out with Dylan on Wednesday and Sunday
Thank
because that was
you.
raid night.
You guys still can't hang out with me
Whoa.
on Wednesday and Sunday. Okay? And I don't raid anymore. But he's not wrong.
I do remember that. I remember when we first started hanging out, you weren't playing that game. And I played that game a good amount too. But I wasn't good or smart enough to understand how to properly like play it.
Me neither, buddy.
And so like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump back on. You're like, no, I can't do that. That's my heroin. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, sure, whatever, man. Well, when you jump on, let me know. And sure enough, he jumps on, and then it's just like the fastest. Like he's just like,
It's an
got that
addiction.
smack, you know?
Yeah. It's like 1 to 80 in a week
Yeah.
or something.
He's
Yeah.
like, well, I got a guild of like 50 people that I'm leading right now,
Yeah.
so I can't actually hang out or play with you anymore.
I'm hanging out with my friends.
Okay.
It's like Toy Story where I just like delete your name off the bottom of my shoe. Goodbye, Andy. I'm like,
I'm gonna go hang out with my new friends now.
He hasn't played for 2 years. He completely relapsed, and everyone else on his guild is like, Masimoto's back.
true.
We're
That's
ready to be led.
literally exactly what happened.
That's
like,
what happens.
That is it. He got back on and he was like, it's a free trial. I'm just going to try it out. And I was just like, you can if you want. Like, it's fine. He's like, no, baby, don't understand. It's so serious.
I was
And
trying to protect you from
I know
it.
you were, and I was trying to be a real chill girlfriend, fiance, and I shouldn't have done that because you got so deep, and it was only like maybe like 6 months. It was a
Maybe.
quick relapse.
Maybe. Yeah.
You've come back out the other side.
In that relapse, for those that play, I think I hit like 2 or 3 level 80s in
was
that time.
wild.
So I was putting in some time. But here's my thing, okay? Like, yeah, video games, sure. You get off of work, you go to work for the rest of your life, right? You get to work 40 hours a week, probably more than that, if you're working any job that we're ever going to work. You got to find time to play with yourself. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. You have to find time to hang out with yourself, and you got to like guys don't get a whole lot of personal time. And so that was my personal time. Maybe I took it overboard sometimes, but that's my point.
To
It's like you got to take your own time. Yeah, you got to decompress.
I think that's totally fine, and that's why. I mean, I was never like you can only play this and you can't play that. That's fucking weird. But I did not know until I was with you.
Yeah.
Because while you were
fair.
playing WoW, holy shit! I mean, it took up he would wake up early.
Yeah.
Like to play
That's
this
true.
game and then stay up so late, and like that was I was just like, dude, I feel like this is kind of unhealthy at this point, where you're just like, I'm worried a little bit.
Okay, so what are the implications of you playing that much? It's fine if it's just like only taking out of your, like you're waking up early or you're going to bed late, it's only affecting you, but how is it affecting Jaden?
It's not. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to sacrifice a point that I have for this argument again. Historically, it hasn't worked out for me so far, but I'm going to do it. Okay? Here's the counterpoint. So when the royal you, when you're like any girlfriend ever, they're like, let's hang out. Why don't we ever hang out? You know what their version of hanging out is? It's watching a TV show and you're not fucking talking to each other at all. You're just sitting there.
I talk to you through every TV show we watch.
That is true.
That might be a point for Dylan. Don't talk during the TV.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime anything exciting is happening, I make sure to talk to you.
Look, all I'm saying is that like I didn't from my end of things, from my perspective, I didn't sacrifice a whole lot because we would sit in front of the TV and we would barely talk to each other, or she would only talk during the parts where you needed to know what they were saying to hear.
I was gonna say
the show.
I'm kind of like that myself, where I always like Emmy will put something on, and I know for a fact that neither one of us has seen it.
Yeah.
But I'm still asking her like, so what do you think is gonna happen next?
Oh,
So,
you're like that?
I have a problem with that. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I am exactly the same.
Oh my god!
We had this thing happen when I went off to college. Our whole
I quit. This podcast is over.
the whole time that I was living at home from like 0 to 18 and still now, so it's not just from 0 to 18, but
I know, but there's like only one left, right?
are we pausing?
Can we pause? I have to pee so bad.
Okay, I guess we're pausing.
I'm so sorry, Blake. Dylan ruined your story, and we need to get back to your story. That was really rude. But he got up and then...
And we're back. Sorry for 2 breaks, but we only have 1 ad this episode, so, whatever. Blake, you were telling a story.
I was. And then, so basically from 0 to 18, I had developed a very unsavory habit of like talking during movies, being like, what do you think? Exactly what Anthony said. What do you think is going to happen? What's going on? And no one else has seen the movie either. So we're all just like...
We're both about to find out.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know, dude. Like, shut up. Like, just listen. And then I love speculating, like in everything. So it turns out I go away to college, and my brother calls me on the phone. He's like, do you know what we just found out? That our mother has been benefiting from you asking all these questions because she has the same problem. Like, you go away to college, and she's just asking me all the time, what's going on? What do you think is going to happen?
What's happening? Meanwhile, she's like on her phone. Like, I'm like, what does Facebook have to offer that this movie does not have to offer?
Are you talking about me?
Anyone?
Emmy does that same deal though. She'll put a movie on that she's like, we have to watch this one, and then
Yeah.
she immediately starts like scrolling through stuff.
And
I'm
you're
like,
like-
it's not that good, is it? You know what though? We watched on Halloween because we were like just the most adults possible. We were so run down and tired. We didn't do anything on Halloween.
Us too.
We stayed in, and we were literally in bed at like 7:30 watching The Shining.
Wow.
Because
Nice.
neither one of us had actually seen it
It's
yet.
a great
Ooh.
movie.
Yeah,
I like
it
that.
was fantastic.
It's a long haul.
And I know it was a good movie because it was the first one since we've been together that she hasn't like jumped on her phone at some point. She was just like diehard like watching it. So
Killer movie.
also to take up more time, I will add also that I'm the worst type of person because not only do I talk a lot throughout the movies that we're watching, but when I'm intrigued into it and somebody else is talking, it pisses me off. So it's
you're
like
just
I'm
playing
just the
both sides
biggest
of the field.
hypocrite ever. Yeah. So
Perfect.
I'll ask the question and then be like, "Shut the dude."
Yeah. So I think the original one was video games, and then I came back, and I burned a counterpoint, and I was like, okay, but what would we do anyway? You know, we would sit there in front of a TV, which is another screen.
Yeah.
So we're just choosing different screens to be in front of, and we just wouldn't talk to each other
Yeah.
in the first place.
I will say, you have gotten way better about the video. I think, wow, really. I was like, this is a lot. I was like, wow,
That's why they say it. That's why they call it that, actually.
this is pretty
Owen
crazy.
Wilson. Wow.
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 Yeah. Wow. Level 75. Wow. 76.
And then you're coming out like, babe, I just got to level 80. Are you proud of me?
Yes,
Yep.
literally. So he's trying to tell me about it. And also, I have tried through many points in our relationship to be interested. You know, you should take an interest in your partner's interest, right? So
She
you're
does
like,
try.
I do try. I do.
I was gonna say, I remember when we were playing Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
and I'm just like,
yeah.
I think it's
Fucking
just
God.
us in the room, and we're playing. I'm like, we're sailing, we're having a blast right now, like just doing the dumbest stuff possible in that game. And all of a sudden, like we start laughing, and then I hear this like ha 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 from like the corner. I'm like, is Jaden in the room with you right now? Is she in your office?
Okay, that was fun. I do like watching sometimes him play video games because it's like kind of like a movie. We played Subnautica together, both of them.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
By the
And
way, the new one's coming out in 2025.
really?
Yep.
2025?
2025. And they promised to make it. You know how the second one, we played that one?
Boring.
Yeah, not that good. This one, they're like, it's going to be more like the first one.
Cool.
Scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
Jump scare. But we did start playing a video game together for what's that game called? We did play Harry Potter, but we had to play it separately.
Yeah.
Which was the time of my freaking life.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Because I love Harry Potter already, and that
What
game
other
was
game?
amazing. Human Fall Flat.
Oh,
And you can
that's
pull
a good
me
one.
up by my head.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I love it. It makes me giggle. I can't stop. It's just funny
totally.
because they're like figure it out.
Point
Look it
for
up.
Dylan.
I'm not going to try to explain it.
Jaden likes the video games. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's already on my
And
side.
he's gotten better. So
Thank you.
Yeah, you can give it to him.
permission
That's
taken.
We're on our last one. I think
I have a dumb one that we both agree on.
it's my turn now,
Okay.
actually.
All right.
So
Go for it.
this one's a weak point. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Leaving all over the bathroom. You know how many times
Oh.
I've almost put your hair curler cord through the bottom of my foot? Plenty of times. On top of that, she's like, why isn't the house clean? Why isn't that? Like, I took a sick day one time and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm playing a game. I'm not feeling that great. And she's like, why didn't you do this? Like, why didn't you clean the house then? And I was like, what? And she's like, a sick day is no longer, it doesn't mean anymore that you get to be sick. So in case you guys haven't encountered this before, it means you don't get to be sick. You get to do house chores.
No, you don't get to be sick and do nothing. You get
Right.
to not feel great and you can do at least one thing. And that stems from when I went on that girls trip with my mom and I came home to a disaster and you didn't do
That doesn't count. I was
anything.
hammered all weekend.
That's a self-induced sickness.
You should play them the voicemail that I left you.
I should.
Lawless out here.
It's lawless.
We wrote a song about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to have a wonderful time with my mother at a different casino that we usually go to in Tacoma. And I get this call. I thought he was
That has to be like one
dying.
of the craziest sentences I've ever heard. We were down in Tacoma sucking down a pack of Pall Malls at the casino.
Betting on horses, which I used to ride, by the way.
What did you say the other day about horse girls?
Oh, the other day, I'm like, the only thing worse than a horse girl is an ex-horse girl because they never stop talking about it.
Oh my gosh. I only bring it up when it's relevant or even like relevant adjacent.
Let me tell you a secret.
it'll-
It's never relevant.
I was going to say, that is not helping.
Because you just get mad because I know more about horses than you do.
That's true. I do know a lot of animal facts.
And you don't know as many as I do about horses.
That's true. You also didn't know that there were
You're
no
good.
free horses anymore.
Shh.
What do you mean?
Okay. There are no more free horses.
Neither did Blake.
None.
When were there ever free horses?
Wild horses?
Yeah.
Like you just take them out of the wild and you like break them?
And you break them.
Mustangs.
There are no more. Technically, there are no more.
I don't believe that for a second.
That was a whole profession.
For like 2 decades, there hasn't been.
Where were these horses?
All over the country. And then white people, you guys, showed up.
What?
And look at
You
this shirt.
guys?
What?
Look at this
are,
shirt.
Are you Native American now that you have a
Look at
wolf
this
shirt,
shirt.
on?
He's not Native American at all.
Wolf of the house. I circled back.
What?
There's the punchline. People. It's a slow burn here
It's
with Dylan.
just him. The wolf is.
Just hanging on.
The wolf looks like Kurt Russell because he's so fat.
Babe.
That is the flattest horse I've ever seen. Or wolf. Whatever. Anyway, what was the point?
I don't remember.
Does anyone remember?
Original point was that I leave my on the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because I do. But that's because
I think that's just something that we take on because I also like
I remember Emmy's bathroom before.
it's
too.
sometimes difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
And then I get absolutely slammed on for any like facial hair that's left in the sink.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, I try to clean it out, but I'm trying not to get burned by the 96 things that
Yeah.
I found out recently because of my burn marks actually can get hot.
Yeah.
And left on for long periods of time.
Uh-huh.
it's a
And
girl
also,
thing, I think.
that's not fair. It's a
Well-
girl thing.
Well,
You can't just, sum up a war with like, oh, it's a boy thing.
yes.
You guys need two bathrooms.
We need 2 bathrooms. Or we need that like Jack and Jill, like
Yeah.
2 things there.
Our
Whatever.
bathroom is
I've
also
just like
very
completely accepted it at this point. I'm not happy about it, but I literally have gone like, there's like nose blind. I've just gone like eye blind to it. I don't even notice anymore.
It
I'm like,
irritates
I have this
me.
much space to like brush my teeth,
Dude.
and that's fine.
small. Also, you're so lucky.
Yes, I am.
You are very lucky. I keep all of my makeup in one bag most of the time. So we have literally maybe this much room on the sides of the sink. It's like tiny. So I do have my curling iron out usually. I'll say that.
Every
and like
day.
a brush. Yeah, probably like every day. Because I have to let it cool down before I like wrap all the shit back up.
For 48 hours.
Yep, that's the recommended time. And I follow the rules.
Okay.
And but I'll keep all my makeup usually in a makeup bag. I don't leave all my makeup out on the counter. Rarely that will happen if I'm like in a big hurry. But usually I will. Maybe a couple hair ties strewn about and
I
some
was like, that one's gonna stay on this table now
For the next 4 years.
yeah, for the remainder of this
Yeah.
podcast.
That's how we mark our territory with bobby pins and hair ties.
And somehow you can still never find them.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, can you grab me one?
Blake?
I'm like, dude, the carpet is the same color as your hair tie. I don't know where that thing is. Like, ever.
Let me just shuffle my feet around till I get it.
Yeah. They'll start to stick to me.
One time at Anthony's apartment, his fiance's MacBook was also on the sink because she watches shows while she does her makeup. And I was like, I guess I'm just not washing my hands after this.
She does actually do that. Yeah, I always know when she's getting ready because it'll be like,
An entire MacBook is where you want to
there's
wash your
some
hands.
podcast or like something's playing like full blast from the bathroom. I'm like, okay,
Hopefully.
and it's that one. Yeah,
Emmy?
What do I watch
Shouldn't
when I
watch
get
this.
ready?
You watch Bad Friends. You listen to Bad Friends.
Yeah.
And then you also watch that what's her name? Bailey Saren?
I love her. But what do I watch when I'm getting ready that you hate to hear blasting? Anytime I'm cooking.
Oh my God, dude.
I thought you were going to bring that up.
No, I wish I did though. Judge Judy,
Oh no.
which I like to hear it every once in a while. But do you know how often I heard Judge? I didn't know she was
I
still
was gonna
alive.
say she's kind of calming.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like daytime TV, but like all the time.
She's like, no, listen to me. Listen to me. You are the father.
That's not what Judge Judy does.
Pretty much.
I think that's
No.
Star Wars.
That's
Star Wars?
Luke, I am your father.
Oh,
that's
I was
paternity
going to say Maori or
court.
whatever. But whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Screams at people and she hates pit bulls and she knows what she's about.
I could see myself with Judge Judy.
I love Judge.
For sure. I could.
Judge Jaden.
Judge Jaden, yeah.
I think that's the next year's Halloween costume, actually.
Yeah.
That's
I'm a
such a
pit
good
bull.
idea.
I'm just walking around. I'm a
That's
pit
how-
bull and you're stomping me out.
Oh my God.
You got a cane. We have one.
Dude. All
Yeah.
right. Next year. I love Judge Judy. She makes me happy.
Leaving your over the bathroom. Where are we
Alright.
at, boys?
I mean,
You can't just chalk it up to like that's an inherent
What if I just didn't
female
get ready?
trait. That's sexist. Do you
They
guys
just-
want to be labeled as sexist?
They just have a lot more.
We have a lot more
more
stuff.
stuff to do.
Bull.
Dude, I know for a fact, like, I can start getting ready, honestly, probably an hour after Emmy starts.
Yeah.
And I will finish first. And I can,
Yes.
like, I'll do the whole thing. I'll shower, I'll go in, I'll shave my face.
I agree. But do you know who's the biggest proponent of clean as you cook? It's not me. It's Jaden over there. As you do your makeup,
Oh.
as you do your makeup and do your hair,
Wow.
why don't you clean as you do your?
Because it's a little bit different than making dinner. But I do agree with Anthony that we do have a lot more stuff that we need to get through. Like, way more than you think. Even just this, which is like pretty much nothing. Way more
It's not
time.
nothing. You're beautiful.
point for Dylan.
Suck up.
I honestly don't like that Dylan's winning, but
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
it's 5-3. And
Kind of a sexist show. I don't know.
We brought you on.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
What's your other point?
My other point is that our bed is too small and it's your fault.
Okay.
I've been getting in trouble for that one, too.
What? How?
Because
I'm still trying to figure it out. I was like, well, there was another bed that we used because we, for a little while, lived at our mom's house, and that was a bigger bed, and that was her bed.
Oh. Why didn't you
that's-
bring that one over?
Well, so that's what I'm still trying to figure out. So I was like, so we went with my bed, but it's too small now. It's like, all right,
gotcha.
well, we could swap, or we could spend an absorbent amount of money on a new mattress.
What do you guys sleep on?
Queen, isn't it?
I don't like that you knew that right off the bat.
I think it is.
I've
a
slept
queen,
in
though.
that bed.
Yeah.
Blake,
Yeah.
He's like, that's a queen. Like me.
Plenty of leg room. No, it gets really tight because we also have this bad habit of allowing our dog to sleep on the bed with
Oh,
us.
that changes the game.
And
You could have a king and it'll feel
Yeah.
like a full.
you know, corgis are like small in stature with their legs, but they are just as long as a regular dog, and they sleep fucking sideways.
Yeah.
So like,
So you guys are a queen?
yeah, I think it's a queen.
What do we sleep on?
we sleep on a full, and it's not.
That's, yeah.
So
she's
that-
right.
We sleep on a full, so it's a little bit smaller. The real issue is that he is the deepest sleeper
Yeah.
ever. He sometimes sprawls, not much. He's such a deep
Not
sleeper
much.
that I can.
Dude, Emmy's a damn saint because I starfish. Like I am like,
Really?
oh yeah, my
Oh.
legs are like
Cheeks
like
out.
a 90. Yeah, yeah. I sleep naked too, so I'm just like, why is it still hot in here? Can you touch the thermostat?
Manny, get out of my ass.
Yeah, for real.
Get your tail off my tail.
He'll roll like any normal person would, but then I can kind of collapse him back. Like he'll like move his arms out, and then I'll kind of fold him back up and try to roll him over, and he won't wake up at all. That part's nice. But if he gets like in the middle of the bed or more, it is a fucking. I'm in like I feel like I'm in like wrestling match, but he's just dead asleep because I'm like trying.
She's carrying corpses out of war.
Dude, I'm literally like, please roll over, and he will not wake up. So that's like, that's what happens. And he does this elbow thing, and it always hits me in the face.
He's a big snorer too.
He
Yeah.
he does snore. Your snoring hasn't been super bad recently.
I've been losing weight
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it has not been as bad.
on paper.
I was gonna say, I think the girls are probably the saints in this one because
Yeah.
we can sleep tough. I've definitely like there was one time where I was like, oh, I could get in trouble for that because I was having a bad dream and Emmy's like, what's going on? She's trying to like roll me over and I was like, ah. I was like, oh God, throat punch, like immediate just fright. You know,
Cinderella man.
And you know what?
Cinderella man.
you know how that wouldn't have happened is if we had a king size bed.
If you'd have just
I
minded
couldn't
your own
reach.
business, Emmy. Snoopy. Catch these hands.
I will say though, as you definitely are like a more of an annoying sleeper because I'm such a light sleeper.
Well, yeah.
Because
But
you're just so like you're dead asleep. Like
Yeah.
nothing's waking you up.
I'm
you
definitely
don't
gone.
You don't remember. But then if you try to wake me up
hey, you're
out
the
of
worst.
my sleep,
Yeah. I'm struggling to find out. You already lost, but I'm struggling to find out how this is my fault, though.
it's a weak point, but I still think it's your fault. Because
All
you're
right.
a more
Let's
annoying
just give
sleeper
her the
than I
point. She's
am.
not going to win anyways.
Fair enough.
All right.
Do you guys dream
Unfortunately,
like every night, you think?
not every night.
Like out of the week, how many days?
Actually, could keep track.
Honestly, two, three.
What about you?
I was gonna say I couldn't put a number on it. I don't know, but I noticed recently. I feel like I haven't been dreaming as much, or like I'll dream and then I'll be like, oh, that was kind of a weird dream.
Yeah.
But then I'll like notice the next morning. I'm like, I don't remember what the hell I was dreaming about. Because
Huh.
like I think you dream every night, right? You just like.
That's what they say. That's what they
I think
say.
honestly, maybe part of it, and I don't know, I could get this completely wrong, but if you don't hit your REM cycle right, like maybe you're not dreaming, or you won't have like the same kind of.
I would say because you dream
Intense dreams.
pretty
And
often.
if you drink a lot.
Well, that's where I was leading with that. Is like if you're drinking, I don't think you hit your REM cycle
Or
right,
you're
and you
an
have a really
alcoholic.
bad night's sleep.
Oh,
Seriously?
damn! Just like my dad, huh? Just kidding, Dad.
Gets to all of us.
Typically, that's how it works. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would say I dream probably once every 3 weeks, maybe.
Which is fucking crazy to me.
Yeah,
I think I dream like at least every other night.
yeah. You definitely wake up every now and
Do
again.
you guys drink the same amount?
No.
Honestly, during the week we don't drink a whole lot.
No.
Like,
It's not Monday.
don't break the. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I mean, we went through a couple of weeks there where we were like having a couple beers every night. Mm-hmm. But usually we don't drink during the week. It's like really come home, make dinner, do what you got to do, and then watch TV and go to bed.
But you can put away more than me.
Also
Easily.
true. Yeah, but that's not relevant, I don't think.
Well, I don't know.
Is it?
And you like drinking harder stuff, like heavier beers
Yeah, it takes me more.
than I do.
Yeah.
Like I'll have like White Claws and he's over here drinking like Ninkasi. You know.
That's true. All right, we probably got enough time for what I want you guys to read out loud. Let me pull it up. You guys keep going. And this is the funniest thing I've read in forever. So go ahead.
Who wants to read it?
Whoever. It doesn't matter.
I'll read it.
Did I send it to you guys in group chat?
Yep.
I can look on mine. I think you sent it to me.
I think you're right.
So this is a story that Dylan just sent us out of the blue, and he thought it was hilarious.
So funny. We should have started.
I guess we'll find out how funny it is.
Also, Dylan's been back on social media after like a 5-year hiatus. So he's been
Oh, I've been a menace.
sending
Dylan
me.
never had. Did you ever have social media before?
I had
yeah.
social media right out of high school.
Here you
And
go.
then so I've got it. Okay, so I want you to read who wants to read it?
I'll read it.
You'll read it. Okay. So just from the top, just keep going. And we're just going to make it through this.
Okay.
And it could be, if it's awful, we'll cut it and we'll just skip to the end of this
I
episode.
think it's been a long.
It's been a long episode. It's been
Yeah.
a great one, though. I hope so.
You're welcome.
And does this scroll to the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a Reddit post, and the title of it is "What gun for home protection would be a very bad idea?" Okay, and the gun club responded to this title, and here it goes. I had to think this through because it posed an interesting question. What is probably the worst gun for home defense? A single .22 shot rifle is at least small and quick to the point, but a Barrett M82 is at least going to instantly stop whatever it hits. Even a good old-fashioned musket is going to do good damage and won't hurt your ears. Now, I wanted to know what the undisputable worst home defense gun is in the world, and I found it. And it shows a picture of this massive gun.
I'll put a picture up.
This is the 950 JDJ Fat Mac. It's a 100-pound, 5-foot-long rifle that shoots a 1-pound solid brass bullet at 2,200 FPS.
He can barely keep it together. The story is
He's
not
showing.
even fucking done.
I've read this before, and I
huge
chuckled,
bullet.
but I don't know if I thought it was funny as Dylan did. But
Same.
it's a non-NFA item only because the ATF gave it a sporting exemption as a joke, as if anybody was going to hunt with this. This round would be overkill for any hunting, but even for blue whales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to paint the picture for you. It's 2 a.m., so it's the middle of the night, 2 a.m., and you hear a window break in your living room. This is the worst day this could happen, as every single one of your guns was lost in a tragic boating accident this morning. I don't know where you're boating, but...
Breathe, babe. Jesus Christ.
all were lost except for this gun. You look across the room in dread at your anti-kaiju rifle. You know what you have to do, but you don't know if you have the strength to do it, both literally and figuratively. Heaving the rifle into your arms, you load a 950 cartridge and begin to waddle, just like Dylan does, towards the door. Your feet make a loud thud as you take each 6-inch step. You know the intruders hear you. You hope they do, for perhaps they will run and spare the world the suffering that this is about to befall to it. You try to set the rifle down, but end up clipping your bedroom door, and it is immediately knocked off its hinges by this battering ram into your hands. You attempt to round the corner, bonking the muzzle against the door frame and the adjacent wall across the hall at least 4 times. To your horror, 2 invaders stand there at the end of the hall. With a heavy heart, you raise the rifle to your shoulder while making inhumane grunting noises from the strain of attempting some semblance of a shooting position. The burglars simply stare in disbelief, unable to process the situation that they are witnessing. What? As if in a dream. You cannot aim the rifle, as the last time you fired the gun, it turned your $3,000 Leopold into a kaleidoscope. You simply hold it at an angle that appears correct, and you fire.
He already did this at home one time before.
Jesus Christ, dude.
He read it to himself and he did this.
You're gonna have to get the fucking... Jesus.
Stresses me out.
You're immediately knocked to the floor as if hit by a semi-truck going 20 miles an hour. The shot connected with one of the criminals and erased him from existence. Even the memories of him have been destroyed, and you're wondering why you just shot into an empty hallway. The shot continues to travel through at least 4 houses, a car, and a 10-ton boulder before lodging itself 20 feet into a nearby hill, never to be seen again. It's at this point you realize that you can't hear. The surviving burglar can't hear either, but he's also on fire from the muzzle blast and is currently vacating your home. You don't care. Your shoulder is dislocated, and there's a hole in your brand new AR-500 refrigerator. You're crying now, just like Dylan is. The police arrive, and upon seeing the scene, start laughing. You start crying harder. I don't know what this has anything to do with what we're talking about, but it really tickles Dylan.
Oh, God. That's our podcast. Please subscribe to the to patreon.com/thecoldslice if you haven't already. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the Cold Slice. We love you guys.